Hi Virgo, this is going to be your reading for September, your general overview and forecast for the first couple weeks in September. It's good for any placement of Virgo in your natal chart. As always, keep in mind, this is a general message, so it might not resonate with everyone that watches. Things could be opposite and roles could be reversed as well. If it doesn't hit it for you, Virgo, try watching readings on this channel for any other placement in your tropical natal chart, and you could find the messages that you need there instead. It's not just about the sun sign, right? Right. If you're new, welcome to So Much Under Tarot. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. Link to my website for private readings and to check out Human Design and Astrology reports is down in the description below. I may offer an extended for this one too, Virgo, because I want to kind of see where you might be going after I looked at the whole spread. Right now, it is Soma Chandra Virgo. First messages that came out for you. Happy solar return, by the way, Virgo. Happy birthday. I love your sign and I love your time. Virgo season does me a world of good. That's why I'm starting with you guys. So I was excited to deliver these messages. First messages that came out for you, Virgo, were security, blessings, focus, protection. At the bottom of the deck, I have flow towards happiness, the dolphins. A couple cards with dolphins came out in your reading. So happiness, but also understanding that the truth is subjective. It is time to be playful. It is time to go with the flow. Any of you that are connected to dolphins, that might be a sign for you. So I feel like this has to do with assets in the second house, security and blessings. So you do have security and you do have blessings coming in September. You need to focus on protecting those blessings. So I'm hearing that some of you need to make sure your assets are protected, your home is protected, security systems. I mean, we're in Mercury retrograde, so it is important to like backup systems, technology, what literally needs to be protected that brings you security and that you consider a blessing. You need to focus on protecting those things, but you also do need to go with the flow. There may be some ups, there may be some downs. I actually see quite a bit of chaos happening here, and something's going down that it's chaotic. That's what I'll say. It's chaotic. Also out of the Illumination Oracle deck, walking away, making plans, rejection, change is coming, release. But someone is missing you. Luck is on your side to embrace a change. Okay, I do see evidence that you may have a person around you. Of course, this could all be you, and the person over here could simply be a projection of you, of your future self into the environment. Not every tarot reader will tell you that. I keep it really real and honest. I will. If this is all you, this might not be another person. It might be a projection of your future self, which is probably more important than another person. But I am going to read it as you versus them. So someone around you may be walking away and making plans of some kind. They're making plans to walk away. They feel rejected. Change is coming, but they need to just let it go. They might miss you, but they need to move on and embrace some change. They need to do something differently. This may be you too, Virgo, feeling like you need to make plans to walk away. You may face some kind of a rejection. A theme for the beginning of September is rejection, but then change is coming when it can be released. I feel like release is like accept the rejection. Well, we don't really have much of a choice other than to accept rejection. I mean, we can stomp our foot and be forceful when we're rejected. That's usually our wounded inner child taking over. And it's important when we're rejected to acknowledge that feeling, but make sure the adult part of us is handling that rejection. Like, you're allowed to feel like shit about that. Someone's going to feel like crap about it. But if there's a release, change could come. I'm also hearing you really need to trust divine detours, even if something is disappointing. Yeah, overall energy of the reading is the Ace of Swords. The way you or someone else is feeling is justice. Some of you are dealing with a Libra. You're being seen as the King of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. I could be picking up on my masculine Virgos. Right on. You're coming out in air sign energy. You're looking very smart. This may be someone around you that's making a decision. What you need to know or your advice is the Fool, and the final outcome, 2 cards came out as well for this. The 5 of Wands and the Tower. That's some chaos. That's like people not getting along. This tower looks like a rocket blowing up, but it didn't go right. Like there was no liftoff it just exploded. And there's like, I just heard blame shifting. There's just maybe a lot of chaos going on right now. I'm also hearing that some of you might be like rearranging a home, or like people will set off fireworks or something and make a bunch of ruckus outside, and someone may come and invite you and you're like, are you kidding? Get off my lawn, asshole. Like, don't shoot guns off and fireworks off in my yard. There could be noise problems in your neighborhood this month. People might be waking you up in the middle of the night. Your kids, if you have young adult kids, they might be getting into some trouble. I'm also hearing that one of your teenage children is putting their foot down with a bad influence. And like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Oh, that's nice. I like it when my kids make good choices like that too. Sorry, the mom in me just heard something. But Four of Cups is at the bottom of the deck with the Hermit. What do I do here? Some of you, okay, wow. Some of you are thinking about like blowing this popsicle stand. That's what my dad used to say, like, let's fly the coop, let's get out of here. Some of you are dreaming about distance and world travel, maybe relocation. Someone may be missing you. You may be missing them. You may want to go somewhere and travel somewhere. I'm hearing that you're the Four of Cups over here. So it's like, and you're going to do that Virgo thing where you're like, I need to self-reflect about this because you're smart. Smarter than the most of us are. But Justice is here. I also have, there you are, Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Virgo, I think that you're going to be very, very straightforward, direct, and clear with someone in September, unless, I mean, this Queen of Pentacles might be someone else, and this might result in something disappointing, heart-to-heart conversations that bring in a clarity, but also a bummer and a disappointment. I'm also hearing that some of you, I'm seeing and sensing that some of you might be upset. You might have been passed over for some kind of promotion. I'm also hearing that for a few of you, you thought your health insurance would cover something for you, recent, like a test or something, and it might not. You might get passed over for a job that you thought you would get. Maybe someone else thought that would happen. It looks like there is something happening that's irritating either you or someone else. So with this Ace of Swords, some of you might be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, but I have a lot of signs on the table here. Take your pick. They could be different aspects of like what you're going through or someone's natal chart or your chart. I'll call them out, but that's a clarity and a truth. Sometimes that's a breakthrough card and someone that maybe wants to have some kind of a reconciliation with you, but it can also mean like getting the last word. There's a clarity here. Clarifying this is strength, the Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. Okay, some of you may get some news that's pretty crystal clear that will be somewhat heartbreaking, but you have to be very strong and you need to be calm and quiet about it, and you're not sure how you feel about it. This may also involve an animal or a pet. Interesting, but it's like someone's like holding back, they're hurt, they're listening to their intuition. This may be you, like someone may say something to you that hurts you. It seems clear and fair, but it's hurting you or it's hurting someone else. It's hurting them. Justice here, though, that's Libra. That can be about a contract of some kind, a decision that needs to be made. It could quite literally be something going down in a court of law. It could just be dealing with a Libra, and this is just how, I'm a Libra, this is how we think. So a choice and a consequence, and we have to always live with the consequence of any choice we make eventually. Clarifying this is the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Wands. There's some kind of a disappointment here because when I get the Ace of Swords to Justice, it's like justice is served. Here's the answer. Here's the clear, real deal, black and white facts. And it's like timing isn't great. And someone's like, you might be slowly moving on and being like, well, now what do I do? Something is not working out for someone here, either you or this person. And it does make you or this person think about the future. Now you're being seen as the King of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So I could be picking up on my masculines, or this could be a masculine around you. I always notice with the King of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, that looks like a teacher and a student, or like a dad or a boss. Almost like a bit of a taskmaster. But this could also you being like, you could be in king energy. I don't care if you're masculine or feminine. Like, I know my truth. I stand in my truth. I stand in my power. I want all of you to leave me alone. I'm minding my own business and I am working. But clarifying this is the Five of Cups. There's a disappointment. The Nine of Swords and the Emperor. We could have a bit of a showdown between two masculines going on here. I'm also hearing that there is a masculine that thought he was going to get a job or a promotion, or he would get an acceptance letter. He was going to hear a yes, and he didn't hear a yes, and he heard a no. And that hurt his feelings, disappointed him. Maybe you've been really quiet with him if you're the feminine. You've both been stiff upper lip with one another. I'm also hearing that this may be a boss or someone sort of telling you, they might be kind of micromanaging you and they're dismissive of your feelings. Now they may be disappointed and anxious, but if they are Virgo, they don't want to show it. I could have two masculines here. It's just different aspects of the same masculine. The Emperor is Aries. And this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the Emperor is very logical and very practical and very structured and very in charge. He does have a heart. There's a King of Cups living in this guy. But the first king that the Emperor usually throws out, because the Emperor is all four kings in the tarot combined, just like the Empress is all four queens combined. And when someone's reached Emperor level, they can display any one of the kings that they typically do. And often the Emperor will start with the King of Swords. There could be a bit of a power struggle happening here between two people. I'm also hearing that if they're the same person, this person doesn't like to lose control. There's a lot of anxiety coming off of someone here and a lot of disappointment, but neither one of these dudes want to show that emotion. They are not showing any emotion. The King of Swords has a heart. He has emotion. He's leading with intellect. And the Emperor, well, he has a heart too, but he's never smiling. It's not easy being king, apparently. So this person may stress you out, and this person may be stressed out because they want to be, I just heard good dad. Okay, they want to be a good dad. They want to be a good leader. They want to be strong and in charge. Timing isn't working out for something with this guy, and this is impacting you in some way. I am hearing, though, okay, I'll tell them one more time. I am hearing very strongly that some of you thought you would get an answer that you liked and you got an answer that you didn't like. And I hear so much that it's about work, or something to do with like extra money, healthcare coverage, something. I just also am hearing something about like refinancing a home with a mortgage. It's like, no, we can't. It's not the right time. There's this answer that's disappointing that brings a lot of stress for someone. Here's what you need to know, or your advice, Virgo. The Fool. There's more Aries energy. Clarifying the Fool is the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Okay. What's in the hidden factor that you need to know about someone around you potentially is they're like, they want a new beginning. I think someone's sick and tired of all the responsibilities of being the Emperor. Like, it's so stressful and it's so annoying. Or what happens next is going to cause you or this person to be like, all right, I need to make a practical choice moving forward. It's a surface level choice. We don't have judgment. When we get judgment, that's like a 20-year card, and the next major life decision you make might affect the next 20 years of your life in this very profound and significant way. We're not getting the judgment card. We're getting the Two of Pentacles. So it's like, the point is, this is a very surface level choice. This person, someone just needs to make a practical choice. They really want to feel light as a feather. I also think that someone is willing to have like a beginner's mindset as well, and take a bit of a risk and be a little foolish as well. It's very opposite of the Emperor, even though they're both Aries. That's because Aries has an Emperor and a Fool living inside of them at the same time. There's a lot of duality with that sign. So it's like, well, I mean, I could just start over. But where do I start over? What do? I'm looking for something with growth potential that excites the shit out of me. I have some Aries in my chart, and I do this at least 3 times a day. Maybe I should just rearrange my closet. Do-over. Somebody does want to have some kind of a do-over. They're trying to just find the right fit for them. Yeah, it's like something isn't going well. You may be the Ace of Swords. You might have really put your foot down with this person and they're like, okay, justice is served. What do I do next? And again, that final outcome is the Five of Wands with the Tower. There may be stress. There may be chaos. Something very surprising and shocking might shift in a sudden way. Watch out for being part of problems rather than parts of solutions. But this does look like people having a party in the parking lot and making too much noise. It's just chaotic. And then, but clarifying this is the Moon, the Knight of Cups. There could be a Pisces around you, younger than you as well. And the Seven of Wands. Okay. I also think that this person doesn't realize how much chaos they can cause. I also think that this person lives in an illusion and can be incredibly emotional and unrealistic at times. Someone here is not operating out of a lot of clarity. They have a lot of heavy, deep, intense emotions. There could be a lot of illusion or delusion surrounding those emotions as well. The Knight of Cups always likes to paint a rosy picture. Or it's just like, I don't know, there's always something a little exacerbating about the Knight of Cups, in my opinion. And then the Seven of Wands, it's like, I don't like that. So this person might be like, no, it'll be fine. Drink the Kool-Aid. And you're like, until you come at me with the sun, which is clarity, rather than the moon, which is untapped hidden potential at its best, I'm not buying it. Yeah, it's like something isn't working out here. So someone immediately wants to do something different. And I just don't think your dreams are lining up. Like what you guys want is lining up. And it involves like walking away, but it's really important for you to protect your blessings and your security. You need to focus on protecting what is most valuable to you. Time, assets, money, resources, emotions, your home, anything like that. So the person in your environment, if there is someone else in the environment, they see themselves as the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune with Justice has come out. When I get the Wheel of Fortune and Justice, Virgo, you might be dealing with someone who is dealing with their own karmic justice, which is nothing more than the results of past action. This person sees themselves as time and fate itself. Something is changing. They see themselves as a bit of a wild card at the moment. Their feelings are the Ten of Pentacles, so they're very focused on stability and security, abundance, contracts that involve money, marriage, home, security. Yeah, and then now we've got Judgment. Here's the thing. This person thinks it's a bigger decision than Spirit does, because Spirit's like, no, this is a surface level choice. And for them, they're going to be scorpionic about it. They're going to act like a Scorpio and be super intense and be like, no, actually, like fate and destiny are at play here. Fortune, fate, and destiny are at play for someone. And they need to make a decision about stability. This person may really want to get married, or it's like a choice between marriage and work, or where they live and work. They have more options. You have more options too. I wanted to know what Judgment was, because that's really being at a crossroads, needing to have that rebirth, needing to hear the inner calling. And I got the Two of Swords. They're at an impasse, the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Wands, about what really makes me happy. Does instant gratification and being a player make me happy? What will be instant gratification and wish fulfillment for me? And can I get excited about it? But that's very different from how the King of Swords and the Emperor would handle something. The Emperor and the King of Swords would not leap into just instant gratification. They might be passionate, but they'd settle into the energy of a king or a queen, or we'd see more pentacles where it was more in the 3D and productive. So I was a little surprised by that. I feel like this person's like thinking about like just with the Fool in the Tower, like I feel like for some of you, Spirit is saying, I mean, you can hang around in this situation or you can just move on. yeah, you can just move on. This person's trying to figure out what they want too. But I think you're feeling really stuck. And I think you're definitely worried about, I feel like you're worried that something is going to get worse. And it might not be particularly bad right now, but you might feel like it's going to get worse. I'm also hearing that your partner has a boss that's a drag to deal with, and you're trying to warn them. But you're the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is here twice. Your feelings are the devil, and then your action is the Hermit. Well, there you are. You're doing your Virgo thing. You're like, man, I don't know. This is the emotional reevaluation station. It's kind of a general malaise. I do think you're going to feel a little mopey and unsure, but you do have emotional stability in the beginning of the month. The way you're feeling is the devil. You could be worried about a Capricorn or another Virgo. You may have a Cap in your chart. I think you do feel kind of stuck in some way. And I think that you know that. When I see the devil and the Hermit together, Virgo, the beginning of September is a wonderful time for shadow work. Very productive shadow work. Like, what am I chained and bound to? And not in a fun, kinky way. Like, what am I chaining myself to that's making me feel stuck? And how much self-reflection do I need to do about that? Watch out for doing too much of it, Virgo, because that might make you depressed. Sometimes you guys over self-analyze a little bit too much for a little too long. And I want you to free yourself from doing that. But you may really see that like you're kind of stuck in a scenario and you're not going to be super happy about it. I wanted to know what the Hermit was, like the devil and the Hermit. Like, what are you contemplating here? And you are withdrawn, just figuring it out for yourself. And I clarified it with the Eight of Swords, the Chariot. That's a card of Cancer. And the Tower again. I think you're worried about where this person might be going. I think you're worried about where you might be going. Some of you have a lot of racing thoughts about like travel, relocation, blowing it all apart and starting over somewhere new again. Maybe you're worried about this person doing that. Just remember, Virgo, that overthinking it just makes you your own worst enemy. And I won't go so far as to say it's all in your head. But watch out for imagining worst case scenarios. This is definitely not solution focused. You do have to have the GPS of your soul turned on, but in order to move forward, it's like, I think that some of you are worried about like traveling right into chaos, traveling during inclement weather, or like you can either get in this chariot and go away from chaos, or you might be worried that you're going right towards it. And justice is here again. So I also think that for some of you, this may be a person that won't really take no for an answer, but you need to know that you're not their only choice and they will eventually leave you alone. You just might be the only choice they have right now. Because look, there's 3 cups in front of this person and they're not taking any of the cups. They just can't take their mind off of that 1 cup up here, but they're not taking that cup either. So watch out for just doing that too much in the beginning of the month and getting stuck. Here's your advice. I mean, I am going to do an extended for you because this, I'm like, oh, you look stuck, you look unhappy, and this person's trying to move forward, or you might move forward. So here's your advice. Parrot, watch your words, be very careful about what you say. Say what you mean what you say, be very articulate. Other people will be listening to what you say. So watch your words. I'm also hearing keep your secret sauce to yourself at this time. You don't need to give all the details away. You're in control of what comes out of your mouth. Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. You will get knowledge at the beginning of the month that will make you more wise. It was knowledge that you needed. Mouse, tend to the small things. At this time, stay focused on the little details that are important. Yeah, watch your words. Turn the knowledge you have into wisdom and then make it practically applicable in your life. Just focus on little details right now. And Dolphin, this and that are true. Oh, this is an interesting card. This and that are true means, look, the truth in and of itself is never really truly empirical. Like your truth is your truth and someone else's truth is someone else's truth. And what's true for you is not going to be true for another person. Now, with watch your words and turn knowledge into wisdom and tend to the small things, I feel like one of the things that Spirit is saying to you, especially with this and that are true coming out, is that if you put it in writing and put down those little details, it will negate any bullshit arguments between yourself and someone else. Like, well, I said this and that, I thought that was true. Oh, well, I thought that was true. And you're like, yeah, well, I tended to the details and I put it in writing. Quite literally watch your words, like view your words, view your words. I'm also hearing that some of you need to hear that your opinion is actually very, very valuable and that you're very smart, and your opinion and your unique insight and point of view is something that's really valuable and could be valuable to other people. If any of you were thinking about creating something, writing something, doing a course, teaching, helping others in some way, you need to go through with that, but you need to work out the little details first. And it's okay if your truth is different from someone else's truth. I'm hearing that like there could be quite a difference of opinion between yourself and someone else, and it is making you nervous and you're not sure if you should move forward. You also may feel like something is a total waste of time with Vulture in reverse. Nothing is wasted. You may feel like something is wasted. Maybe this other person feels like something is wasted. I am going to do an extended because I feel like there's a lot of anxiety for someone here, and there's like a question of timing and if I should do something that makes me really happy and really excited. Or I'm hearing someone say, was this a sign that I should move on? Whoever said that, the Tower showing up twice with the Fool and Justice is probably a yes. I can see that that might be hard for you to do, move forward, but you should probably try. Motivation is not a prerequisite of forward motion, Virgo. Motivation is usually the result that we feel after we actually just take a few steps. So just take a few steps forward and take your blindfold off about where you're going. Because when the Tower falls, it falls for a reason. The Tower fell and justice is served. So whatever is happening in this scenario is meant to give everyone involved like a clean slate and a fresh start. Just protect what brings you security and brings you happiness, okay? Focus on that and you should be fine. But if you feel like you need the extended to clarify what's going on with this person a little bit more deeply and further messages about how they view you with a timestamp, the link to that will be at the top of the description below. All right, that's the beginning of September. Happy birthday, Virgo. I hope this resonates and I hope it helps. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Virgo Nation. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.